writer.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Gary, and you're tuning in to Plugged In.
Welcome to the second episode of Plugged In. I'm your host, Garibri Wesley. Today on Plugged In, we'll be interviewing Thrones of Greatness CEO Obai Jones to find out more about how he works tirelessly to perfect his craft. Obai will also be playing a game of Would You Rather with us, and later on, we'll catch up with Anthony Montalvo to find out more about his documentary, Fox Valley Sound. Since Plugged In likes to expose all forms of art, the first person we are showcasing on our show today is clothing designer Ali Cobbs. Up now, we have a chance to take a sneak peek into the fashion designer Ali Cobbs' life and ask him a few questions about what he does. Take a look.
Tell us about yourself.
My name's Ali Fisher. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. Grew up there. I lived there up until I was like 10. And then I moved to Indiana when I was like 11. Well, when I was 10, then when I was 11, I moved to Wisconsin. I've pretty much been here ever since. Went to Oshkosh North High School. What made me want to start design, because I'm really into art, like I said, just fashion. I love fashion. I love clothes. And I didn't want to do fashion for the simple fact that I feel like there's a lot of competition, and it's just a lot of people doing it. The market is like oversaturated.
How did you start your business?
Well, I had the idea for it in, I would say 2014. I had the idea for it, but I didn't know how I was going to do it. I had no idea, so I just did a lot of research, and I still didn't do anything with it because I was always waiting for the perfect time. And then I just finally realized that there's never going to be a perfect time. The time's never going to be perfect. As long as I'm waiting for the time to be perfect, that time will never come and I'll never get it done. So I just kind of created something that I felt was good enough to run with at that time. And I figured that I would learn as I go. So 'cause a lot of people ask me, like, who is Frank Marzetti? And Frank Marzetti I wouldn't say it's a particular person. It's really the meaning behind the name. Frank is to be quite frank, straightforward. And that's not just in the sense of, like conversations or anything like that. It's just with basically, know who you are, be true to yourself, and go for that. And Marzetti is basically, in a nutshell, just basically having integrity. I actually named my son Frank Marzetti, and I named him for that reason, to, be blunt, straightforward, honest. And I was looking, like, what does Marzetti even mean? And I could not find any meaning for Marzetti, so I came up with my own meaning. And You know, it's basically just to have integrity, being a stand-up person, knowing what you want. Like basically, that's Frank Marzetti in a nutshell. Being straightforward and knowing what you want, being a good person with morals and principles. Hey, I'm Ali Fisher. I'm the owner / manager of Frank Marzetti Clothing Company. And you are now plugged in on Titan TV.
Now that you've had the chance to see what Ali Cobbs is all about, it is my pleasure to introduce Anthony Montalvo. Anthony is a fellow member of the RTF program here at UW Oshkosh and has been doing some pretty interesting work on something called Fox Valley Sound that we would like to ask him about. What's up?
Thank you.
Can you start off by explaining what Fox Valley Sound is?
Sure. Fox Valley Sound is a music documentary that focuses on the music scene and other art as a whole in the Fox Valley area. And it stems from Oshkosh and Music, which is an 11-minute documentary that I've already created that was just focused on Oshkosh itself.
Okay. How long are you expecting Fox Valley Sound to take to reach its final cut?
We want to be done in about September of, I believe, 2019. We're doing a crowdfunding campaign that started just this week, and we're going to let that go through the summer. And then come September, we're going to start filming for about a year, filming on the weekends and as much as we can, getting as many interviews and footage, archive, traveling from place to place to interview whoever would be willing to talk to us about the Fox Valley music scene. And then we would like to be done filming the following September, and then about a year for post-production. It'll take a long time to sift through all the hundreds of hours of footage.
Yeah, that's amazing. Are you planning on submitting the film to any festivals?
Yes, every single one that I can get my hand on. Without a Box is a pretty useful tool.
Okay.
I get an email every day about things I should submit to. So there are a lot of film festivals. We're in Wildwood this upcoming weekend, the 10th and the 11th up in Appleton. So we'll definitely resubmit back to them. There's a lot of film festivals in the area that we want to submit to, as well as international film festivals. I spent some time in Italy, so there's the Venice Film Festival. Florence has one. Berlin is a huge one, and then obviously Cannes. You know, those are like pipe dreams. But as many film festivals as we can get into.
Well, I'm definitely supporting you. Do you have any words of advice for aspiring filmmakers?
Yeah, just get out and do it. Find a project. I started off as a production assistant for a short film in this area, and that one has gone on to like I had probably 24 or so film festivals, won a bunch of awards.
Nice.
And I, ever since working on that and being on sets around filmmakers in Oshkosh, just get on set.
Right.
If you want to make films, just do it. And then the RTF program is such a useful tool.
Oh yeah.
You know, there's no limit to what you can do as long as you want to do it.
Exactly. So you're getting closer to graduation. What are your plans for after that?
I'm gonna take a really long nap.
Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. No, I'm going to. I'm doing a program in Italy. Not Italy. I went to Italy already. I'm doing a program in Japan, a summer camp program. So I'm going to spend a majority of my summer in Japan, and then when I come back, work on the documentary, try to find a job, and just start my career.
All right. Well, thanks for taking the time to talk with us, Anthony.
Thank you.
Anthony was nice enough to let us cut together a package to show us of his upcoming documentary, Fox Valley Sound. Check it out.
Well, the funny thing is the valley as a whole is an interesting place. Appleton may have the mall and more food, more places to eat downtown and stuff like that. But all the musicians and the artists, you know, most 75 to 80% of them live in Oshkosh. Oshkosh is a lot like Twin Peaks, I think. And I mean, the river, Fox River flows north, you know, there's something with Lake Winnebago. It's got to be a, you know, some kind of strange vortex, but it attracts a lot of music-minded people. And the cool thing about the music scene around here, I think, is that there's so many. In a bigger city, you would have a larger portion of like, this is the hip hop crew, and this is the punk rock group, and this is the indie rock group, and these are the jazz guys, and whatever. But seeing as though we have a much smaller community, there's a lot of overlap and a lot of friendships and a lot of sharing between, say, the hip hop crew and the classical people, and everyone kind of knows each other. Which is really cool because it takes all of us to support each other to really have a scene.
Any night, especially downtown, there's at least 2 or 3 places that are having live bands on the weekends. And the bands that are playing are top-notch. We've had numerous bands get nominated for awards. We've got some of the best bands in Wisconsin playing downtown here.
The great thing that I would say for the Oshkosh team throughout all the years is that it's always been very supportive, and I think that's one of the cool things about Oshkosh is that while we're not a big city, we don't have all the luxury of a big city. We have really passionate and supportive people.
What has Oshkosh done? Up until the last 5 or 6 years, there wasn't much in that. The music scene was nowhere near what it is now. 5 or 6 years in the history of music is not much. We need to prove this place as a top music venue for the next 25 or 30 years to become more seen regionally and nationally as a place where we foster music, people playing, performing.
There's some really interesting stuff happening right now, I think, that is growing and allowing more people to play shows, like I said. But what we need to do is now take that to the next level. A lot of bands in the area have done this, is setting up small tours to go to the East Coast, or go to the West Coast, or tour the Midwest, but as a unit, and it would be cool to kind of showcase, hey, these 3 bands are from the Fox Valley, and they're all playing together, and try to make this area more hip to itself.
I think it's starting to get there. It's starting to get to the point where people are starting to take a little bit more recognition, and they're kind of seeing it going, what's going on here, Yeah, just come to Oshkosh. Come, have whoever promotes your band, whoever does your booking for you, come here, man. You'll sell out. You come down to Peabody's or Varsity Club or Barley and Hops or wherever, book a show. People will show up. Where there's music, there's people.
Well, there's your look into Fox Valley Sound. I can't wait to see how the final cut of it turns out. You can catch Fox Valley Sound's debut as Oshkosh in Music at Wildwood Film Festival in Appleton on Saturday, March 11th. Now we're going to take a short break, but don't move a muscle. We'll be right back with the interview of our Artist of the Week, Obi Jones.
Thomas, you've got prediabetes, but with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
Everywhere that we go, he makes people laugh and makes people smile, and I feel like I have that quality.
He's the one who always takes me fishing.
I watch golf with him. And
I watch him cook, because when I grow up, I want to be a cook, too.
We have the same faces like this.
Dad is the one, when you fall, that picks you up.
That unconditional sense of presence and reassurance is really what makes him my father.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
We're here now with Thrones of Greatness CEO Obi Jones. He was kind enough to put together a package for us explaining what he does, and he's also sticking around for an interview and a game as well.
Hi, my name is Obi Jones, and I'm CEO and founder of Thrones of Greatness, LLC. I currently am managing a few artists. One goes by the name of Rob K. He is an R&B singer, currently residing in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He has a couple songs out, movie, New Wave, and he just put out his new EP, The Comfort Zone, featuring Sawyer Gibson and Titus Howard. The song Radio is actually getting some FM radio spins throughout the country. I also manage a spoken word artist from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, who's also my little brother. His name is Titus Howard. He currently attends Milwaukee High School of the Arts and has been slamming. He's captain of his poetry team and has put out his recent single called Reminiscing. That also has a really nice visual with it. That was shot by Right Zang Films. Shout out to Right Zang. He attends Milwaukee High School of the Arts. He's actually gotten some opportunities from Senator Lena Taylor, and we're looking to push him forward a little more in his young age.
Successful, not even really need tuition. Hey, a couple months ago,
I also currently manage an artist by the name of Shawnee Beast. He's a rapper from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He has his single out called The Game, but he also has an upcoming song coming out with Rob K and another one with Rob K featuring Titus Howard. And he's also coming out with us to South by Southwest.
Was I okay, but I guess it's more than living life than asking kids I was their day. So I learned quick to cope quick.
Also, I've produced for Karan Payne. His new single No just dropped off his upcoming project and has been featured on some major blogs. His video is out and doing great numbers. He's also from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and has some major label affiliation. And yeah, he's also going to be out in South by Southwest with us, and also looking for a summer run with him.
12 years old, couldn't make it on my own. I was going through depression.
The upcoming event that we do have is South by Southwest. We'll be in South by Southwest performing March 17th in Austin, Texas, featuring Rob K, Shawnee Beast, Titus Howard. I'll also be there. Karan Payne might show his face, and Conscience, who is another producer of mine that I'll be managing. He's going to put out some new work also with the team, and we're just going to start some waves.
Smiling faces that don't even get the basics. Late nights praying to God that when I get that daily bread, let it be enough.
All right, thanks for coming on the show, Ovi.
No problem at all.
So what is Thrones of Greatness?
Thrones of Greatness is my independent label. It started off as a group of friends. Basically, we were all doing music together. I produced, Rob K was a singer friend of mine. Shawnee Beast was a rapper, and my little brother did poetry. So I'm like, how can we turn this into something, that lasts? And basically, Thrones of Greatness was developed. It started off as a team of people that just had the same vision of doing music. So,
that's what's up. What were your initial feelings after formally making TOG an official limited liability company?
I was excited. I was nervous. I didn't know what to expect. I was just like, now's the time. Everything's legitimate. We can make something out of this. We can live off of a dream that we wanted to do, and that's basically what it became. So,
where do you hope to go with TOG?
I wanted to see TOG everywhere. So I want to drift off into more than just music at some point, and basically get into anything I can possibly get my hands on, rather it is music, fashion, acting, entertainment, anything in general. I just love the entertainment industry in general, and that's what I want to get off into.
All right. How long have you been involved in producing music?
It's been a few years now. I've been producing since my freshman year of college, and I graduate in May.
Nice.
So it's been a while. I started out producing on GarageBand, which is probably the lowest of the lowest of free software that comes on a computer. And I was like, okay, cool. I started out playing piano in church and drums, so I was always into music and in high school and marching band. So I was like, okay, let's see what this is like. I got into it and immediately fell in love with it because you can literally turn a simple chord into a sound that just like makes waves.
So everyone who knows me knows that I love New Wave by Rob K, which actually happens to be a track that you produced.
Yes.
So what was it like to hear the finished product?
It's miraculous, always hearing the finished product of any song that we ever do. Raj Smooth, who is Wayne's DJ, is the one who mixes and masters all of our stuff. And anytime he sends something back after mixing and mastering, it's unbelievable. We can't believe that that's us. And hearing that, we were definitely like, yeah, it's a nice song.
That's
really
awesome. So you do quite a lot outside of music. Can you tell us some other things you're involved in?
I'm in school currently, like I just mentioned. I graduated in May. I work full-time still, so I'm working overnights 8:30 to 6:30 in the morning, and this music basically takes up my entire life, so all my time goes into that.
Okay. All right. Now that we've had the chance to get to know Obai a little better, it's time to go a little deeper. Here I have a list of would you rather questions. So are you ready?
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's do it. Would you rather have a dog or cat?
A dog.
Would you rather have no one show up to your wedding or your funeral?
My funeral.
Would you rather have true love or $10 million?
I take true love.
Would you rather fly or read minds?
Read minds.
Surfing the ocean or the internet?
The internet.
Famous or best friends with someone who's famous?
Best friends with someone who's famous.
More time or more money?
More time.
Would you rather be the smartest person in the world or the hottest person in the world?
The smartest person in the world.
Would you rather be half of your height or double your weight?
Double my weight, definitely.
Green Bay Packers or Chicago Bears?
The Packers.
Harry Potter or Twilight?
Twilight.
Would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button in life?
Pause.
Burger King or McDonald's?
Burger King.
Catch or be caught cheating on something?
Catch.
Okay. Hakuna Matata or YOLO as far as life phrases?
YOLO.
Would you rather be able to talk with animals or be able to speak all foreign languages?
Be able to speak all foreign languages.
Alrighty. Well, that seems to be all of the time we have for Would You Rather. With our Artist of the Week, Obai Jones.
Thank you.
After this short break, we'll be previewing our show for next week, so don't leave us just yet.
Tired.
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it, I see it. Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. Already posted it.
Alvin and the Chipmunks want to remind you, bacteria can hide in food and make you ill.
Wow.
But you can keep bacteria from ruining your day with 4 simple steps. Clean.
I'm waiting for the rinse cycle.
Separate. Cook. And chill.
We chipmunks are notoriously tidy.
Check your steps. The road trip to food safety starts at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back. We figured we could take a little time to remind you about the live music event WISCO that is taking place this Thursday, March 9th in Titan Underground, located in Reeve. WISCO features local live music acts and even some from out of state. You can attend the event in person or watch the live stream here on Titan TV from the comfort of your own home. You can also watch the live stream via YouTube if you can't attend or tune in on TV. Now we'd like to show you a quick promo for WISCO, but don't leave just yet. We've got next week's preview coming up afterwards.
Hi, I'm Taylor. I'm one of your hosts for WISCO this year.
And I'm Christine. I'm one of the producers. And we're doing Titan TV's laundry.
Yeah! Anyways, WISCO is going to be broadcasted live on Titan TV March 9th at 7 p.m. We will be having live bands, as well as my co-host and I will be interviewing them and doing games. It's going to be a lot of fun, so you're not going to want to miss it.
That seems to be all the time we have for this week. Next week on Plugged In, we'll be having musical artist Karan Payne on the show. He'll be sharing some of his recent achievements with us. We'll also have news from around the music industry and some more entertaining games for you. So be sure to check back with us next week. In the meantime, be sure to keep up with us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at TTV Plugged In. I'm your host, Gary Wesley. See you next week.